Your deepest desires, the ones you whisper only to yourself, are not wishes into the void. They are commands. Every pattern, every recurring struggle you face is not random. It is an echo, a reflection of an unseen script. You felt this loop, but perhaps never named it. Consider the moments of pure déjà vu, not just a fleeting feeling, but an entire scene unfolding again, word for word. It's more than memory. It's a glitch in the fabric, a sign that the reality you perceive is not as fixed as you believe. You've stood at the precipice of change, only to find yourself back on the same well-worn path. That isn't fate. It's a system, tirelessly working to maintain its state. This isn't about manifesting a new car. This is about rewriting the operating system of your existence. It's about understanding the deep, hidden code that runs beneath your everyday reality. There's a silent, persistent force at play, dictating your experiences. You've witnessed its effects. You've felt its weight. But what if that force isn't external? What if it's deeply, fundamentally you? This silent recurrence is merely the surface, hinting at your inherent power as the primary collapser of reality. Every moment you experience, every choice you make, hinges on a silent act. You are not merely a participant in reality, you are its primary architect. The world around you isn't simply happening to you, it's being continuously constructed by you. This isn't philosophy or metaphor. This is the bedrock of quantum reality. Particles exist in a cloud of possibilities until an observer, you, collapses them into form. Your attention, your expectation, your very presence brings the undefined into being. Think of those moments when a problem seems to disappear, only to rematerialize when your attention drifts back. It wasn't dormant. It was unformed, waiting for your mental framework to give it substance. You possess an innate power to collapse the wave function of reality itself. This power is always on, always operating, whether you acknowledge it or not. The difficulty arises when you are collapsing unintended realities through unconscious habits of perception. This continuous act of shaping your world through conscious or unconscious observation leads us to the surprising truth that your identity is, in fact, an observation script, constantly rendering your world. Your identity isn't a fixed thing, carved in stone. It's a dynamic, living script, constantly being rewritten and re-rendered by your perception. Every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, acts as a line of code in this script, defining who you are and, by extension, what reality you experience. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. When you repeat patterns of self-talk, when you cling to old narratives about your capabilities or limitations, you are actively compiling your identity script. These aren't just thoughts, they are observation filters, shaping the very information your senses gather. Consider how two people can experience the exact same event, yet walk away with vastly different interpretations. Their core identity scripts, their ingrained patterns of observation, dictated what they saw, felt, and ultimately believed. This script determines not just your internal world, but the external events that seem to happen to you. It's why change feels so difficult. You're not just fighting a situation, you're fighting the deep-seated observation script that continues to render it. This constant rendering creates the very phenomenon we call the loop effect. You felt it, haven't you? That feeling of being stuck on a merry-go-round, the same scenarios, the same obstacles, returning again and again. This isn't random misfortune, it's the loop effect in action. Your identity script, continuously running, creates a constant feedback loop. It observes a reality, and that observation immediately reinforces the script that created it. It's a self-sustaining program, perpetually rendering the same outcomes. Think of it like a projector displaying the same film strip on a screen day after day. You might change your seat or even the room, but the film remains identical. The external circumstances might shift slightly, but the underlying pattern, the emotional resonance, the eventual outcome feels eerily familiar. This loop effect is a direct result of your subconscious filters. They are designed for efficiency, to predict and simplify your world. But without conscious intervention, they default to what they know, perpetually creating the same reality you've always inhabited. This deeply ingrained mechanism is one of the hidden mechanics of perception. The world you see, hear, and feel is not a raw, unfiltered input. It is a carefully curated broadcast, filtered and interpreted by your subconscious. These hidden mechanics of perception operate constantly, sorting through billions of bits of information, letting only a tiny fraction reach your conscious awareness. Imagine standing in a bustling city square. Your senses are overwhelmed with sights and sounds, yet your mind effortlessly focuses on a single conversation or the familiar face of a friend. This isn't magic. It's the efficient filtering system of your brain, prioritizing information based on your internal rules and beliefs. These filters are born from your past experiences, your conditioning, and the identity script you've been running your entire life. They decide what matters, what's relevant, and what deserves your attention. They are the gatekeepers of your reality. But what if these gatekeepers are preventing you from seeing what's possible? What if they are constantly rerunning an old narrative, even when a new one is waiting to unfold? This filtering system is the engine behind why you experience reality lag and the old echo. You've had moments where you know something has shifted internally. You feel a new resolve, a changed perspective. Yet the external world seems stubbornly resistant, continuing to present the old challenges, the old relationships, the old financial struggles. This is reality lag. It's the phenomenon where your internal state has already moved on, but the physical manifestation of your reality is still catching up. It's like a computer program crashing, but the old, corrupt file system persists for a moment. The old echo is the ghost in the machine. Your subconscious filters, running on the old identity script, continue to collapse realities based on what was, not what is. They are still seeking out and reinforcing patterns that no longer serve you because they are efficient at doing so. They have been doing it for years. The world around you is constantly being filtered through filters that belong to a previous version of yourself. Your thoughts have shifted, but your observer hasn't fully integrated the new perspective. It's as if you're watching a slightly delayed broadcast of your own life. This delay highlights the critical role of observation, much like the famous slit test. The renowned slit test in quantum physics isn't just an abstract experiment with particles. It's a profound metaphor for your experience of reality. A particle acts like a wave of possibilities until an observer, an instrument, or you forces it to choose a single definite state. Before observation, it's all potential. After observation, it's fixed. Your reality works the same way. The job you want, the relationship you seek, the health you desire, they exist as waves of potential, a field of possibilities. But they remain undefined until your perception, imbued with your identity script and subconscious filters, collapses them into a tangible experience. The quantum truth is, if you're seeing the particle of failure or lack or disappointment, it's because your internal observation framework is designed to collapse that specific outcome. You are not just witnessing reality, you are actively, if unconsciously, making it. This continuous quantum observation directly influences what becomes solid in your life. This isn't mere coincidence. It's the fundamental mechanism driving the process of quantum habit collapse. Your habits are not just rote actions, they are manifestations of your quantum observation patterns. Every time you repeat a behavior, you are essentially collapsing a specific reality. If you repeatedly observe yourself failing, you collapse failure. If you repeatedly choose comfort over growth, you collapse comfort. These aren't moral judgments. These are mechanics. Each habit forms a quantum groove, a path of least resistance for your observation to travel. Breaking a habit isn't about willpower alone. It's about disrupting this quantum collapse pattern. You are being asked to observe differently, to consciously choose to collapse a new probability, to refuse to identify with the old state, even when your body and mind might pull you in its familiar direction. These deeply ingrained quantum habits create a kind of static in your perception. But sometimes, reality itself offers glimpses of a different truth, a different way through symbols, glitches, and cracks in the feed. Have you ever noticed recurring numbers, strange synchronicities, or an object appearing exactly when you needed it? These aren't random. They are the system showing itself, the code breaking ever so slightly. These symbols are glitches in the matrix of your self-imposed reality. They are cracks in the feed, showing you that the rigid narrative you hold is not the only story available. Reality is more fluid, more responsive than you realize. When you ignore these signals, you're dismissing critical feedback from the system. You are choosing to remain in the loop, to keep playing the same observation script. These moments are invitations to question the nature of your reality, to look beyond the immediate. Failing to acknowledge these glitches is the danger of passive observation. It's allowing the default program to run without ever questioning why. Passive observation is the silent killer of potential. It means allowing your subconscious filters to run on autopilot, collapsing realities based on old data without any conscious direction from you. You're simply a passenger watching the same scenery pass by your window endlessly. When you passively observe, you are letting the external world dictate your internal state, rather than the other way around. You are allowing the noise of external circumstances to drown out the inherent power of your unique observation. This leads to a pervasive feeling of powerlessness, of being a victim of circumstance. But this is an illusion. Your observation isn't passive, it's simply unconscious. You are still collapsing reality, just not the one you truly desire. The danger lies in believing that what you see is all there is, that your current reality is fixed and unchangeable. This belief perpetuates the loop. The true shift begins when you realize you can be actively shaping, not just passively receiving. This active shaping allows for the astonishing phenomenon of shifting without trying. The most profound transformations often occur when you stop trying so hard. This isn't a paradox, it's an elegant mechanism of perception. When you release the desperate grip of trying to change, you create space for your desired reality to naturally collapse into place. Trying often comes from a place of perceived lack, reinforcing the idea that your desired reality is absent. This mental state becomes another filter, another observation that keeps the desired outcome at a distance. When you stop trying, you subtly shift your internal state from one of lack to one of allowing. This allowing is a powerful form of quantum observation. You are implicitly trusting that the wave of possibility containing your desired reality already exists, and that by releasing resistance, you are aligning with its collapse. It's a surrender, not to defeat, but to the natural unfolding of a newly observed reality. This subtle shift opens up a path, a kind of door no one looks at. There are countless doors around you, waiting to be opened, realities waiting to be collapsed. But many remain unseen, unnoticed, because your focus is so intensely fixed on the familiar, on the loop you currently inhabit. This is the door no one looks at. It's not hidden in some secret location. It's right there, within your peripheral vision, existing in the vast wave of possibilities that your current filters deem irrelevant. It might be a new opportunity disguised as a minor inconvenience, a supportive connection you dismiss as random, or an internal insight you label as fleeting. Your subconscious, operating on its default script, screens it out. It's literally blind to solutions that don't fit its pre-approved patterns. The door isn't locked, it's simply unobserved. To see it, you must first challenge your internal map, the one that tells you what's possible and what's not. You have to actively choose to look for what your old self would ignore. This act of conscious attention is the prelude to the final collapse, noticing that you're noticing. This is the ultimate breakthrough, noticing that you're noticing. It sounds simple, almost too obvious. But it is the most powerful act of conscious observation you can undertake. It signifies a profound shift in your awareness, a move from being in the loop to being aware of the loop. When you notice that you're noticing a pattern, a recurring emotion, a habitual thought, you've momentarily stepped outside of the identity script. You've become the observer of the observer. This is where true power resides. In that fleeting moment, you bypass the subconscious filters. You see the mechanics at work. You recognize the quantum collapse happening in real time, orchestrated by your own perception. It's like waking up within a dream, suddenly aware that you are the dreamer. This realization breaks the automatic loop. It's the highest form of conscious intention, dissolving the old programming and opening the portal to a reality defined by your deliberate observation. Your perspective has fractured, and a new reality is ready to render. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.